things that I have learned during the course of my career. This one's going to take a little bit longer just because it's a little bit of a multi-layered one. And it's definitely, I think it's applicable at every parts of my career, but it was definitely more poignant at the beginning, which is, and I say that, but then I start to think about the videos I see on TikTok with all of these young women who are kind of starting out in the workplace and buying signature bags on a budget. And when I say buying signature bags on a budget, trying to create the illusion of being or having a certain kind of status, i.e., and I still remember this, and I don't know how many of you have them. I mean, they don't bankrupt you, but do you remember those? And I've got, I went over the top with them, but do you know the Longchamp shoppers? Nothing against the brand, nothing against the shoppers, they're super practical, whatever, but you know, it was when I say a statement shopper, that you would put your extra shoes in to go to work, that you'd have it if you wanted to carry your suit from home. I've got them in different shapes and sizes. As I said, I like them in general. It's not that, but when you start buying into things, and I think they talk about kind of consumerism in general, and that consumerism is targeted overwhelmingly at women. That's the first part. When we look at kind of beauty and hair and fashion, Black women tend to be the largest demographic in being consumers. But the thing about it is that sometimes you can kind of get caught up in, I need to bankrupt myself to create a certain illusion, especially when you're at the beginning of your career, that you belong to the group. Because it's wanting to assimilate, wanting to fit in, wanting to show that you can do the same things. And all I'd say to that is, don't, as crazy as it might sound, and there's all these videos that tell you, oh yeah, get this. I think people are, is it the Goyard shop? I don't know what one it is, but you know, it's a branded bag that people should buy if you can't afford to buy, let's say, a Prada bag, whatever. But the point is it really worth it? And when I say, is it really worth it? Who are you trying to create the impression for? Because if it's for the people who are rich, they already know what the bag costs, and it doesn't mean anything to them. And your standing and your reputation to them isn't worth more or less. I'm guessing it's more for your peers. My grandma always used to say this to me, and this is how I've been my whole life. You can't spend the money that other people have. Do what makes you, do what makes you feel good. Don't worry about what other people are buying. Don't look at the recommendations of things that you should be buying in order to create that professional opinion. If what you can afford is a bag from, I don't know, Next, H&M, Michael Kors. Sorry, I'm not very good with brands. I'm a bit lame like that. I only like a few and then that's it. But if that's where you can afford, that's fine. But don't feel under pressure to try and fit in. I remember back in the day when I was working, I bought them in the sale though, I'm not even going to lie, like LK Bennett shoes were all the rage, and all the women in the office had LK Bennett shoes, and when I moved then everyone had these Tory Burch flats. I never bought them, only on sale, never ever full price, because part of me was also kind of brought into the, I have to do this, I have to do that. Don't. Invest your money in things and ways, because you never know what people's real wealth is or whatever, and if it really costs that much for them as it does for you. But think about your own personal financial agenda. I call it accumulation mode. Are you in accumulation mode? Does it make a difference? Do you feel like that's your authentic style? All these things come later, but just don't feel the need to bankrupt yourself in order to fit in.